Hello, my name is Joan Antoniello, and I'm a principal and advisor at Mazars USA Wealth Advisors, as well as a member of our private client services group for women. I'm really pleased today to have Mariellas Urrutia with us, who is the owner of her own design company called Nelson Jones Interiors. And before we start, Mariellas, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you started your own company.
Well, thank you so much. I started off working with Kravitz Design about 10 years ago, working closely with Lenny Kravitz in the commercial and residential field, from projects in New York, Miami, Los Angeles. And about 2 years ago, I went fully on my own. And been doing more of the home renovation and decorating throughout the tri-state area.
Wow, that's interesting, working with Lenny Kravitz and then moving on to your own business. And I'm sure it was a great experience when you were there. As you mentioned, I know you specialize in renovations, which seem to be on hold for a lot of people, but I don't think a lot of people thought that they would be home for almost 7 months now. And for some people, they may still be working at home right into 2021. So tell me a little bit about some ideas that you might have for creating a more pleasant environment, or some quick tips to decorating a home.
Yeah, I have many clients who have gone to their country homes and are now working out of their guest rooms or their dining rooms. I have clients that are here still in the city and are working out of their studios or their small one-bedrooms apartments. So the main thing that I would suggest to anyone in any situation is make your bed every day. I mean, that is such a great start to the
Sounds
day.
like my mother.
It provides some, it really gives you a sense of space for productivity. So I would say that is hands down the most important thing to do, and just get your mind set on a new day, an organized day. And I would say those of us who are working out of our small apartments, whether it be the bedroom or the living room, something to think about is maybe sprucing up the sofa and adding some beautiful decorative pillows. And also maybe considering window treatments, maybe adding some sun light filtering shades to create a sense of tranquility, because it's going to be a long day. Or maybe even adding an accent wall with, a punchy color that could be mood lifting.
So painting your apartment or painting your workspace is probably a good idea to refresh your space. I agree with you. I think that's a great idea to make your space more aesthetically pleasant and comfortable. What are some quick tips if people are building a workspace, deciding, they're not going to use the countertop in the kitchen, they're not going to use their dining room table, and so they're going to dedicate a space. And I think some of the articles I've been reading in the Wall Street Journal, etc., people are spending on fixing up their homes. They're not doing major renovations, but they're buying furniture and doing things that will be a more comfortable workspace. So what are some quick decorating at home ideas for building a workspace?
Well, I would say primarily people are concerned with what their space is going to look like with their Zoom calls, right? Their backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
So
Very
other than the obvious of, getting a comfortable, beautiful chair or desk or lighting, I have suggested in the past, maybe a client Zoom's area may be a wall of closets. And, I suggested doing wallpaper, even though they are closet doors behind them, some interesting wallpaper just really livens up the space. And you know, a lot of us are renting here in New York and are a little bit you know, intimidated or concerned about the commitment of wallpaper. You know, West Elm and Wayfair, one of the many companies now, are offering removable wallpaper. You know, so, and it's accessible to anyone and everyone.
That's interesting, because I didn't know that there was actually such a thing as removable wallpaper. Very, very good idea. Again, with children home, with spouses and partners home, how do you create a space that gives you some privacy, especially when there are children at home?
I think it's very important to designate a nook, a cozy nook,
Mhm.
or a designated area, and keep it to just that. And you know, make it as beautiful as you can.
Yeah, and then having a place to retreat to that's outside of your workspace, if possible. So, Mariellas, thank you very, very much for your ideas. And I just wanted to mention that the beautiful space behind me is actually my living room, designed by Mariellas. And when I live in a one-bedroom apartment with my partner, and she did design a nook in the, we did this 3 years ago actually, in the bedroom. And so when I had to shift to working at home, it was all there, chair, nice desk, great lighting. And so when I need to retreat and have some peace and quiet and watch the sunset, I lift those solar shades and I can see the sunset and I can see New Jersey. So I have to thank her for that space, and it really has been a nice retreat to go to after the day, and so I thank her very, very much for it. Mariellas, if people want to reach you, how can they find you?
Well, it could be the good old-fashioned way, just checking out my website at Nelson Jones Interiors. You can check out some of my work there and email me at info@nelsonjonesinteriors.com. Or you can look for me on Instagram under the handle Nelson Jones Interiors. You can also check out some of my work there and direct message me.
Great. And your background is actually one of your designs that looks very
That's right.
comfortable and a nice place to retreat to. So I think that's a good example of some quick things, pillows, some artwork that people can do to make their space a little more inviting. So Mariellas, thank you. And I thank everyone. And please, everyone, stay safe and stay healthy. And thank you very much for your time.